Alright, so this is the second segment of our plantar fasciitis treatment protocol. Okay, as I explained in the previous video, this is going to be an everyday routine. Okay, not every day, but you'll see in the Word document I have how it's split up. Okay, so after we go through our soft tissue work of the low leg, the plantar fascia, the Achilles, the calves, peroneals, and the anterior tibialis, we're going to go through our soft tissue work there. After that, we're going to get into some mobility and stretching. Okay, once we get the blood flowing, we're going to work on stretching those muscles out a little bit and try to create some range of motion at the ankle and that subtalar joint. Okay, so what we're going to do here is I call it a half kneeling wall banger. Okay, so what we're going to do, imagine your wall right in front of you. I'll just use the foam roller for now. And what we're going to do is I'm going to keep my heel to the floor. Okay, I'm not going to let the heel come off the ground. So by doing that, a little closer here. So I'm going to get I'm going to start maybe 2 or 3 inches from the wall. What I'm going to do is just work my knee into the wall and keep the heel to the ground. Okay, so I'm working dorsiflexion at the ankle. I'm trying to stretch out the calf. I'm trying to work that anterior tibialis here. Okay, so if you don't have the ability to pull your toe into your shin, this is going to be something you're going to want to go through. Alright, so get to that half kneeling position, nice and tall. Just work that knee into your wall, keeping the heel flat to the ground. If you can get to that position pretty easy, just work your toes back a little bit. Start sliding back maybe ½ inch at a time. Maybe 10 reps at a time. So maybe 10 here, working in. Exhale on each repetition. Alright. Maybe 10 reps at each spot. Go back 2 or 3 times, work a little further. Go back as far as you can without that heel coming off the ground. Once you start feeling that heel lift, that's going to be your limit. Okay, you can't go any further. And it doesn't have to be straight on every time. You can try different angles. Okay, try working towards the inside of the ankle. Try working towards the outside a little bit. Okay, again, just trying to keep the heel to the ground, work that dorsiflexion. I would say 15, 20, 25 reps each side. Switch it up, same idea. Start in close, maybe 10, 12 reps, slide it back a little bit, work a little further. Same idea, work a little to the outside, work a little bit to the inside. Just trying to get different angles on that ankle. Okay. Once we go through the half kneeling wall bangers, what we're going to do is get into almost a wide receiver stance, or a staggered stance. So nice and soft. What I'm going to do is take my back leg as the focus leg. So a little bit more weight on the front side than the back side here. What I'm going to do is either hold on to my wall, or a foam roller, bench, whatever it is, support yourself. I want you to drive through that toe. Okay, feel that calf turn on. Hold it for just a second. Then I want you to pull your heel to the floor and pull your toes up into your shins. Now you can't see it, but my anterior tibialis is fired right up. Okay, extending through the toe. Stretch the anterior tibialis. Then I'm going to contract it by pulling my toes into my shin actively. Okay, I'm not just driving my heel down. I'm driving my heel down and pulling my toes up into my shins. Okay, so we're going to drive through. Nice exhale. Pull them back. Drive through. Pull them back. And you really want to feel that on the shin muscle there. Okay. Same idea. 15, 20, 25 reps. Then we'll switch it up. So again, we're going to drive through. And then pull it in. Drive through. Pull the toes into the shin. Again, 15, 20, 25 reps. Depending on time, of course. If you have more time, more repetitions. Once you go through the sprinter stance, active dorsiflexion, or your staggered stance, active dorsiflexion, and plantar flexion, we're going to go into our seated alphabets. Okay, now we're talking a little bit more about range of motion. I'm just going to have you sit right on the floor for this one. You can go both ankles at the same time. You can go one at a time. All we're going to do is just draw the alphabet with your foot. Okay, just going through the alphabet. I'm trying to use as wide of a range of motion as I can as I go through. That way we're just kind of arbitrarily working range of motion, loosening up that joint, okay? Make sure you get it nice and wide. Make sure you're staying loose and breathing. And we're trying not to move the femur and tibia too much, okay? Try to keep the leg still and work just that ankle, okay? Whatever letter you're on, we're just going to go through. Same idea. Take it one time through, switch the legs, go through that side if you want. You can take one more trip, or another trip if you want, okay? At least one trip on both sides. So once we get our seated alphabets in there, going through your ABCs, you should have some good range now. You should feel open, you should feel loose, unlocked. Alright? And what we're going to do is we're going to get you standing then. So from here, we're just going to rock to our toes, almost like a calf raise. Then again, pulling the toes back up into the shins, back to the toes, back to the heel, toe to heel. Okay, you might have a little weight shift. You can use your arms to help you balance. Nice and easy. Try to have control in that movement. Don't just let yourself fall and shoot your hips back. Don't let it happen at the hips, okay? Keep everything still. Work on the ankle. Pull those toes up, push them down. Pull them up, and then push them down. You might get a little activation in the quad, that's alright. If you gotta take a rest, you might cramp up a little bit. So again, from there you're gonna go maybe 1 or 2 sets, 15 to 25 reps. Go for a feel. Don't let the repetition number dictate the workout, okay? Go for a feel. If you feel like you need more, if you need more time, go for more time. If you're not loose enough, go for a little bit longer, okay? Once you go heel to toe rocks, we're going to go eversion to inversion, okay? Again, try to let the knees do the work here. Try to let the ankle roll to the lateral portion of the foot and then to the inside of the foot. Outside of the foot, inside of the foot. Eversion, inversion, working the peroneals here. Again, it's going to create a lot of stability in the foot once we start moving forward with our exercises. So again, 15, 20, get a feel. Try to feel those muscles on the lateral portion of the leg firing up. If you got to do a little calf raise, try to come up towards the last 2 or 3 toes. Try some of those, okay? You'll feel that run through the inside of the calf. After we go through our standing, eversion, and inversion rocks, now we're going to start stretching those muscles out a little bit. So you can get a step, you can get a stair, you can use your foam roller. A lot of different options here. Just going to get that toe up into the air. We're just going to stretch that calf out. So here we're actually going to drop the hip backwards, okay? Hips are going to shoot back, and that toe's going to stay up. If you're going to use your roller, make sure it's up against something, else it's going to roll out from underneath you. Alright, so I'll put this one here. So you're going through your stretch, toe up, hips go back. I'm going to bring myself into that calf stretch, trying to bring the knee back, hips go back. Nice smooth breathing, and you should feel that stretch from your calf up into your hamstring. Alright, same idea, other side. Some gyms might have the ankle rocker. You're going to have your half circle position with your foot holder, and it allows the foot to rock on that plane. Those are great tools if you have them. If not, you can use the step or your foam roller. And that's for your calf stretch. So what we're going to do is hit the anterior tibialis stretch now. So we're going to work into that plantar flexion. So with this one, we're going to bring the roller on the back side. And the toes are going to go right up on top. So now we're already plantar flex. Okay, we're pushing down away from the shin. So from this position, nice and tall, I'm just going to drop back. And you're going to feel that stretch right away on the top of the ankle here. And we're going to start stretching out that anterior tibialis. If that's too intense, start real slow and work your butt towards your heels, okay? If that's too intense, just get rid of the foam roller, go flat to the ground, same idea. And ideally, we should be able to sit right back on the heels, staying nice and tall. Try to bring those feet together, knees together, and just hold that position. That's a great stretch for the top of the ankle if you're locked up. Again, hold that for 2-3 minutes. A lot of stretches you do, whether it's your hamstrings, your calves, chest, you're not going to see an increase of muscle length unless we're holding those stretches for 8, 9, 10 minutes at a time, okay? Your 30-second minute stretches, those are just you're going to maintain your flexibility. You're going to maintain your range of motion. But to actually increase the range of motion, you have to hold it for at least 8 to 10 minutes, okay? So again, here, maybe a minute, 2 minutes, just to feel that stretch on the top of the ankles. Then we'll come right back up. Then we'll come into that dorsiflexion. Same idea, trying to rock back. And here you can actually get into that beast position, okay? If we're going through our beast position, hands are under shoulders, knees are under hips, and toes are pulled into the shin. So again, it's working that stretch on the anterior tibialis, okay? And that's going to do it for the mobility and stretching portion. So go through that, 3 times a week. On the list here, I got it set for a Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, okay? So basically, Monday, Tuesday, you're going to go from your soft tissue work Monday. Tuesday, you're going to go through your mobility and stretching routine. And then Wednesday, which I'll talk about next, is going to be your more of your strength and conditioning aspect of it, okay? And then working back through the week, so you got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you're going to go right back through soft tissue, mobility, and then your strength and conditioning, okay? So with Sunday, if you have the time, go through your soft tissue work, and then go through your stretches and mobility, okay? It shouldn't take you that long. The soft tissue work, maybe 15, 20 minutes at first. The more you go through it, the more efficient you're going to get. Okay, so it takes less time as you go forward. Don't rush it, but you'll find ways to improve time efficiency. So again, soft tissue work, maybe 10 to 12 minutes once you start getting the routine down, and then the mobility work, maybe another 15, 20 minutes. So if you have the time on a Sunday, go through the first 2 segments, and then that should give you a start. Okay. I'll talk about the strength and conditioning exercises in the next video.